I am Cathartic Psychic Healer, and this is a general reading for Scorpio for April 2018. I am Cathartic Psychic Healer, and this is a general reading for Scorpio 2018. Scorpio, the month of April starts off with first you have the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands represents unpreparedness, a little bit of weakness, and bending to the will of others. Last month, I told you to not bend to the will of others, and it's interesting because whatever toxic thing you had going on in the previous months, it's like starting to affect you. And I feel like for a lot of you, it's because you can't escape. You can't really escape. Maybe you're living with someone who's making you feel unprepared. I don't believe it's you. The Wands is a fire sign, so it could be an Aries, Sagittarius, or a Leo. You just want to be prepared in the month of April for things that may come up. And don't allow your weaknesses to hold decadence to your strengths, because it'll bring you ill health and you'll slip into a depression. And don't bend to the will of others. I said this before, and you were not bending to the will of others, but sometimes some things, that you can't escape, like your environment, it really does get to you, and that's okay. But just remember to try to stay focused and keep your eye on the prize. Next, you have the Queen of Wands, which is really good. And the Queen of Wands represents a person who is actually positive, and a person who is not only positive within themselves, but who is positive, who spreads their positivity to others. You're going to be affectionate and warm. And I got a feeling when it starts to get warm outside, your whole mood will change. And you're very determined. You may have a little bit of a weak moment in the beginning of April, but that's okay because you're going to remain positive throughout the whole entire month. And if you are skilled in any way, in any form of art, the Queen of Wands is a patron or patroness of the arts. So maybe your art will keep you out of harm's way. You don't have to be an artist, but the Queen of Wands is telling you to be creative, and in your endeavors, you can be creative as a financial assistant, or you can be creative in other ways. There's no rules, So, but most of you who are artists, which I believe, this is general, so this goes for a lot of people. So, don't exclude yourself just because you're not an artist. So, stay positive, be creative. It's okay to have a bit of a moment of weakness, and like I say, it's actually a phrase: don't let them see you sweat. You know what I mean? So you being unprepared and a little bit of weak, don't let them see that. You know what I mean? You can cover it up through your art and your positivity. The expression, you know what I mean? Fake it till you make it. If you don't feel positive, act positive, because you may help someone else. And when you help someone else, the universe pays you back. So just do that, and you will be fine. Next, you have the Three of Pentacles. And reverse, it means mediocrity, delays in contracts, and failure because of laziness and scattered energy. And the Three of Pentacles is interesting because Mercury is still in retrograde anyway. So, like if certain contracts got delayed, or if you were like halfway doing things, it's actually okay because Mercury would have messed it up anyway. So it would delay everything, and Mercury is in retrograde right now, I think until the 12th. So whatever items that you didn't receive in the mail, or contracts or deals you've made that it may have not gone through, don't give up on it. It's just that Mercury is in retrograde, and it's just putting everything on pause right now. Next, you have the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups represents, it's a lazy person, a liar. And the cups are water signs, which is Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. This is someone who is completely unstable, a drug addict, or a schizophrenic, someone who plays both sides, or who actually is a drug addict, or who actually is schizophrenic, or who has some sort of mental illness. And I feel like this plays in part with you being unprepared, and especially with in Mercury retrograde, you know, and it may have been affecting you. I'm not sure if it's you or not, but Knight of Cups is, I'm pretty sure it's probably so this is someone who is a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces. A Scorpio like you, a Cancer, or a Pisces that is unstable, and this person may have an effect on your creativity and things like that, and it may make you feel like you don't want to do anything because this person is actually really draining. Maybe that's why you're feeling like a little bit lazy in the month of April. You know, that person's energy can't be around too many people's energy, or else it'll have an effect on you. This is so interesting. Your reading is topsy turvy. You know what I mean? It's showing like you may be unprepared, you may be a little bit lazy, but the creativity is prominent. The creativity is there. You know, maybe you're doing things behind closed doors. Maybe you're writing behind closed doors. Maybe you're reading. Maybe you're developing plans. You know what I mean, for work or whatever. Maybe you're doing these things secretly, and that's okay because you know you don't want other elements to get in your way. Next, you have the Ace of Cups. Um, and this means that material things like that you manifest are going to work in your favor. And you are a water sign too. So this is the best that you can be. The aces are the best, the highest form of you, the best you. And your achievements and goals will be witnessed by your peers and other people, you know, around you. And it's for your own satisfaction, and that's really good. So that's really good. And then you have the Ace of Wands, so your actions are paying off. So your creative ventures and physical action are initiated. So you are being really creative in the month of April. You know what I mean? Maybe other people just aren't seeing it, and then maybe by the end of April, maybe they'll see it like, oh, okay, this is what you were doing. You're being a leader by sacrificing yourself for the greater good of the Queen of Wands, which is really strong and heavy in the arts, and someone who's working on themselves and, you know what I mean, building themselves up and taking action. And this is really, really good. So this is a card of power and activity. You're gonna have to sacrifice a little bit more, but that's okay. I see nothing wrong with that. You know, you pretty much are sacrificing everything, and that's great. So keep it up, Scorpio. Keep, you know what I mean, doing your creative works. Do it behind doors, because you don't want too many people involved in your process. And that's what I'm getting. Too many people are involved, or, hey, you should do this, hey, you should do that, hey, you should do that. It's not your work. It's not their work. I'm sorry. It's not their work, so they don't have any input. And you really don't want to hear their input. You know what I mean? The sources that you need to get from are actually sources that are actually, you know, not of a person. Like when you do research on certain things, let's say you're a painter or a writer, and then you go to a museum and make your artwork, you know, better, or you're a writer and you're learning how to write better by doing workshops and stuff like that, or practicing how to be a better writer through different uh, techniques, you know what I mean, from other writers and stuff, and, you know, taking it and learning from the best. You know, people, they don't, I don't know if they have, some people have good intentions, some people have bad intentions. When they say you should do this, you should do this, it's never enough, you know what I mean? And it's like you're interrupting the process of the artist, so, and someone who's actually educated within the arts or educated within your field will not put in their critique or input until the right moment. You know what I mean? Until that person realizes that, hey, oh yeah, I didn't know this, you know. But you know these things, but you're just keeping them to yourself, and that's fine. So that's good. I am Cathartic Psychic Healer. Thanks for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, and share, and hit the bell so that you know that I am uploading a video. Thanks, Scorpio. Thanks for watching. Take care.